Coming to you live from Geekly Studios in DeSoto, Texas. Coming to you live from Geekly Studios. Nope, run that back. I left out the esports, man. I started putting esports in there. Coming to you live from Geekly Esports Studios in DeSoto, Texas. King David Reeves and the MentorConnector podcast present another mentor moment. Great day, great mentors. Rise and grind. It's time to shine. Welcome to yet another great episode of the MentorConnector podcast here on the Geekly Esports Masterclass. I'm your host, of course, King David Reeves, and I have a very, very special guest with us today who's a solid brother and friend of mine. He is not only a Grammy Award-winning music producer, he's a two-time Grammy Award-winning music producer. Two-time, I said it. As well as a Golden Globe Award-winning music producer. And if that weren't enough, this brother is a multi-platinum music producer, meaning he's produced multiple platinum albums, right? Or songs. That's plaques on plaques on plaques. You'll see the picture. I'll show you the picture later. But if that weren't enough, what's even more impressive than that is the kind of brother he is personally. Genuine, humble brother. You would never guess he is who he is and how big a deal he is. And then also this brother survived dying not once, but 3 times. This brother died and came back to life 3 times. Yeah, you heard me right. Like, he woke up dead and came back to life after that 3 times. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can't belabor the point because me trying to tell the story is not nearly as powerful as him telling it to you. So that's why we brought this brother here today. Solid brother and great friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. None other than Mr. Rickey, Slikk, Muzik, Offord, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all give him a warm welcome to the show today.
Thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, my pleasure, my brother. Thank you for being on the show today, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good. You look like you're living good.
Hopefully, man. I hope that's a good thing.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring you on today so that our youth out here, man, especially the audience that Geekly's has, the esports audience is like that mid-teenager to mid-20 range, and I know that's our audience as well as the millennial. They really are interested in music and the music industry, but a lot of people don't know how to get in, don't know where to start, and I feel like it's because people think it's so easy to do, but they don't hear stories like yours of how you got to where you are and that it wasn't a cookie-cutter path for you and that you had to go through some struggle to get to where you are, and you're still going through, but you get some Grammys along the way, hopefully, if you're putting the work and time in and keeping the faith. So I want you to share your story with us today because I feel like it's going to bless so many people, but let us know who you are, man. What your background is. Who is this guy, Slikk Muzik, man? Where did Rickey come from? What's your background, my brother?
Shoot, man. My name is, like you said, Rickey Slikk Muzik Offord. And, man, I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, man, specifically in the Pleasant Grove area. A lot of my family has grown up and came out of Crandall, Texas, which is a small country town, about 15, 20 minutes outside of Dallas.
Oh, man, and shout out Crandall.
Yeah, shout out to the fam, man.
I think I might know a person or a person and a half out there, man.
Feel me? Okay. So, but nah, man, other than that, man, just grew up in the church. You know, I'm a preacher's kid. I grew up in the church. It's pretty much where I got my music background from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
So that must have been a crazy transition then. And but a lot of the greats do grow up in the church.
Yeah. Shout out to moms, man. Shout out to moms for that.
Mom provide you that solid foundation.
Absolutely. So I mean, I can remember back being 3, 4 years old, and always having this passion for beating on stuff. We would go out to my grandmother's house out in Crandall, and we always had like these big Sunday dinners right after church, and we would all
Yeah,
go
that's
out and
the blessings, boy.
right,
Look forward to those. This big dinner, big sleep. Get that
Big
good
sleep.
nap in, boy.
for real. So she had like these old empty paint buckets out in the back, and I would turn them over and get like these tree branches, and I line up like 4 or 5 of them, bro, and I just started beating on them.
Going in.
Going in, yeah.
You're looking like a little drum line by
Little
yourself.
drummer boy.
Yeah.
So
Nice,
I'll be
nice.
out there freestyling and beating on the buckets, man. And my mom.
Oh, you were freestyling too, so you spitting a little something.
Yeah, I had little bars, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit,
Okay.
not too much, but
I'm about to say, I ain't going to put you on the spot yet, man. That'll be the next episode, man. We got,
yeah, appreciate that.
I ain't prepare you for all that.
Right. So mom's quickly tapped into that, man, and she bought me a drum set. That Christmas, she bought me a drum set at 4 years old, and
So
I
she
just
saw,
remember.
She saw it, and instead of telling you, boy, that's stupid, boy, that's dumb, she supported. She sold into you.
Yeah, she
Wow,
supported me. I got on her last nerve because I was always loud, making up, but she supported me, man. Yeah.
That's solid, man. And a lot of parents listening, y'all need to hear that. Whatever your kid's gift is, support, help them grow that gift and use it, even if it doesn't look like the typical career path that you may know of as or define as successful. So definitely, man, shout out to mom, man. She gave the right foundation and supported you.
Man.
In the midst of being growing up in the Greedy Grove, man. That's powerful.
Yeah, man, I feel like music really kept me from so many things, just getting caught up in the streets, bro.
Yeah.
It helped me to just really stay focused because it was like my outlet. I played sports also, so.
Okay, so you were a baller. I was about to say you look like a football player that I wouldn't want to go head up against, man.
Yeah, man. I played ball my whole life. Pretty much it was like football and music. So after football games, football practice, I go home and I get on the music. But music was like, it was like a God-given gift he gave me. Like football, I kind of had to work at a little bit more. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And that's a powerful lesson right there, because I know for me, sports, just athletics in general, it was what the stereotypical young black male is gonna do to fit in, but I did not excel at them. I wasn't naturally good, but I was trying, because I knew if you didn't play, you getting called soft, you seen as weak, and so I did that and put a lot of my natural abilities and gifts on the back burner because of that. And too many of our young minority boys are facing those same things. That's why a venue like an esports and Geek Leads provides is so important, because so many kids get talked about for being gamers, man. But shoot, you can be a pro athlete and still be a gamer. But you can also be that nerd and embrace your geekisms and game on. But man, where'd you see yourself as when it came to sports? Like, how did you know it was time to make that transition to what you felt like God had placed in you as a gift?
Well, man, honestly, for me, I mean, I even got a scholarship to play football in college.
Oh wow! So you weren't like me. You were good. you boy.
Man, nah, it's just, I mean, yeah, I got a scholarship to go play at Texas A&M in Commerce. So I played some D2 ball, man.
Wow.
That was like the transition, though. That was like I was making beats for a lot of my teammates, my classmates in college.
So because it was like, wow, football got you there, and helped you pay for it, but it wasn't that's when you started seeing what people were coming to you for.
Yeah.
So you leverage football in essence, which I encourage a lot of those we mentor to do, because not necessarily going to get everybody to the pros, but it can get you to college and help pay for something.
Yeah,
it's like other sports.
And a lot of people don't even know. I don't even really talk about it a lot, but the Cincinnati Bengals, I remember some of the scouts were out on the last spring game we had before our dropped out. But man, they were
that's
looking at
crazy.
me and everything, man. The Cincinnati Bengals, they talked to me, came up to me after the game, and I talked with them for about 20 or 30 minutes, and I had an opportunity to make it to the draft the next year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I chose music.
You actually chose, man. Like, wait, what made you choose music over football if you had the opportunity right there in front of you?
Well, for me, I think it was more so. I was looking at the long term, because I started having all these aches and pains, and I'm only 21 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, every day I'm
And
iced
you already
up.
see. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, what if I blow my knee out? What if I break my leg?
Man, that's very wise. That's
Music.
very wise, especially to know that at such a young age, man.
Yeah, and music. I mean, as a producer, I can, and I ain't gotta have legs, and I can still.
Yeah, but so you still going in, playing the instrument. Yeah, that's the career has longevity.
Yeah, but my mom. I said my mom. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
Mom's was she wasn't happy with it though. She definitely wanted me to stay in, and
So your mom wanted you to play football?
well, she wanted me to really just finish getting my education. And,
Gotcha.
Yeah, mom's old school. That's the safe route. Make sure you get your education. And the Bengals were looking at me, so it was just one of those things where she was like, "Well, they already looking at you. You're gonna drop out of school to take a chance, and one in a million people will actually get a record contract, or to make it in the music business." So,
Man, so
yeah, it's crazy.
she basically was telling you that the odds were stacked against you in the music industry.
Yeah.
But you already had the Bengals looking at you, which is also like a 1 in a million type of opportunity in the NFL. But for them to be looking at you, it's a whole lot closer than with most people who are just saying, "Oh, I want to go pro."
Yeah.
Like you actually had it right there in front of you, and you still chose music.
But I say that
that's powerful, man.
Yeah, bro, and I think it's one of the things I could say, really following, your dream truly, because I had more than one dream that I really, was looking at. But then when I got to college, that's when things started panning out, and I had to follow my heart and stay true to myself. And music was like the thing that was just really the number one focus.
Switch. Yeah. So you did you honed in on this, and you, of course, hindsight's always 20/20. So down the road, you're reaping all these blessings.
Yeah.
But tell us what that journey was like to know that you're supposed to hone in on music. Like, how did you even start? I know as a 3 or 4-year-old what you're saying, what you were doing, but how did you get to the point of the technology, the equipment? Like, if I'm a teenager and I say, man, you know what? I really don't need to be doing football. I think I need to focus on my craft and music, because I love music. I love playing instruments. It's my thing. What steps do I need to take, like, to actually make this happen and be a producer?
As a teenager, I would suggest, my advice. When I was a teenager, I didn't have a job until I got my first job when I was 15.
Okay.
But before that, I started making beats when I was like 9. You know what I'm saying? So
Dang.
as a preteen, yeah.
But you were making beats on what? Like Fruity Loops back in the day? I heard people talking about.
We ain't have Fruity. I'm almost 35. It wasn't a Fruity Loops yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me, I would, like, at Christmas, right? I would ask moms for a keyboard. So I got me like a little Casio keyboard. I had a little.
So you're a real producer. You actually play instruments.
Yeah. I play 3 different instruments.
I about to say that. Aren't there plenty of producers out there that don't actually play their own? I mean, I'm sure you use some of that too. I ain't trying to have you call nobody out. We don't want no producer beef out here. Ain't trying to start nothing.
Nah, man. Salute to every producer, that every beat maker. Right. I give everybody credit to how they do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking nobody on. To
each his own.
Yeah. But for me, I would say mainly because, like I said, my church background. Like I started playing drums in church at 4 or 5 years old. So
wow.
From there, yeah. By the time I was 9, when moms got me that keyboard, it was like everything I picked up by ear because I was in the church playing. So I picked up keyboard, piano, playing it by ear. I had a little Casio, and I had a karaoke machine with cassette tapes. So I would record myself playing and like singing and rapping into the karaoke machine on the cassette tapes. That's when I started, bro. Yeah.
So that's powerful, man. I can't even imagine doing it that young. And what was that moment where it just clicked for you? Like, man, I love doing this. This is what I need to do, like, for life, for a career.
I mean, as a kid, I always saw myself. I would have dreams and of me just being like in front of millions of people and performing music, and I didn't understand it yet, because I was so young.
Yeah,
it didn't really resonate with me, but I used to always have those dreams, and I always knew that I would be somebody special. I just didn't know how I was going to get there. Oh
yeah, you're definitely that, my brother. So and part of that is, so you said dreams. So the importance of dreaming and having a vision is what that sounds like. So that's part of what you would recommend to our youth out here listening in order to actually pursue their or reach and attain their goals. It has to start with a dream.
Absolutely.
Got it. Okay. All right. Check. So that's the first box I checked off, man, because you got a lot that's on this list that we need you to help these young people navigate as to actually how to get to where you are. And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people think it's just you go out here and start making beats and that's it too.
Man,
it's like, nah,
that's just
a whole lot of networking. I'm sure. Yeah, okay, see, and so that's why I need you get into like what does that path actually look like? Because it doesn't just fall in your lap.
Nah, it don't. They don't at all. Like, I mean, for me, I've been making beats, and like I said, since I was a preteen, and then by the time I became a teenager, that's when I got my desktop computer.
Okay.
And my first music software program I've had.
Oh,
I made a beat on. It was called Magic's Music Maker.
Sound like it was a little before my time, just a little bit.
Yeah. The OGs know what it is, man. I got it from Fry's, man. Fry's Electronics.
Oh, shout out Fry's. They've
shout
been
out
around
to Fry's. Yeah, it was the plug, man. $60, and
nice.
Man, it just I plugged my little I had the same keyboard, the little Casio. I plugged that into it, and man, I just
went ham.
Yeah, going ham, man.
And how did you know to start there? To start by doing that, and how would you tell kids today to start? Because I'm sure they got other programs aside from Magic.
Man, what now? I mean, they have an advantage. That's what I would tell the teenagers and the millennials. They have such an advantage compared to what I had, because back when we were coming up, we didn't have YouTube like that. We didn't have social media.
Facts.
We didn't even have the internet access to be able to do the thing, to look up, how-to videos. And,
True.
We didn't have all that. A lot of the stuff, we come from like the school of hard knocks more so.
You got to figure it out.
Trial and error, yeah. Like somebody I had an uncle, shout out to my Uncle Cedric, C-Mac. Like he was hanging with Quint Black. Shout out to Quint Black, shake them haters off. You know what I'm saying? I would go kick it with them. I'd go kick it with them in South Dallas, ride with my uncle, because I was real close with my uncle. So
you had some music connections.
Yeah,
somewhat.
Yeah, my uncle was connected to some people that was in the business. He even did music for a while. So like, I would go around them and Quint Black and shout out to Payne, my homeboy Payne out in South Dallas over $1 Million Records. Man, they would show me. Like, I would sit down and just watch these cats work off of like beat machines and MPCs and Triton keyboards and stuff. And I'm like, man, how they doing that?
So you're fascinated.
Yeah.
See, and that's that genuine hunger that a lot of people miss, because they get into it because they think, well, shoot, this is where the money is. Let me figure out how to get this money and start making these beats and push it out instead of pushing out illegal substances.
Yeah, if you in it for the money off top from the jump, then you probably don't want to do that. You got to be passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? Because the money will come.
Absolutely. Or you probably won't last long, because I imagine for the amount of hours you put into your craft, even though you're making great money, I can imagine it's still not equal to the amount of time and effort and energy, because you have to love what you're doing. Am I right or wrong?
You're right, because like even I don't know if a lot of people saw when Timberland said those 10,000 hours. You got to put
Yes, sir.
10,000 hours in on that hustle, and that don't just apply for music. That apply for anything. But
absolutely,
you know, it's very accurate. I feel like I put the 10,000 hours in 3 or 4 times before I even 40,000 to 50,000 hours before I even got an opportunity or a true opportunity or a true look. Yeah, man.
And how did you go ahead?
Well, I was just saying I had produced thousands of beats, bro.
Oh, wow.
Before I even got my first real shot.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. How did you even stay motivated to do? Because I can imagine, especially if I'm not passionate about something, right?
Yeah.
Me personally, I can see myself trying to figure it out, make about 50 to 100 beats, feel like I made a good drop in a bucket. If one of these don't take off, this ain't the right thing for me. How did you stay passionate about it regardless of the fact that your stuff wasn't getting picked up just quite yet?
Man, honestly, at the time I was young and I just wanted to prove them wrong, bro. But like every time I would get, man, I remember waiting outside of nightclubs. I was like high school. I was in high school at this time. And I would hear like certain major artists would come to town, right? Mm-hmm. And I would wait outside of concerts, nightclubs, different places like that, just to pass out my demos. Because at the time, we had CDs.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, these millennials don't know nothing about CDs.
Compact disc. And Generation Z don't know about these.
Exactly, bro. It wasn't before MP3s, so I would have my CDs pressed up, you know what I'm saying? And I would just go, I had the little Sharpie, handwritten with my phone number on it.
Yes, sir.
Beat demo. Had about 15 beats on it, man, and I would just try to pass them out to the.
And how did that work for you? Because you passing out to an artist as a visit. How did that turn out? How did that go?
Woo! It was horrible, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I took a bunch of L's, bro.
It was raining L's, man.
Man, it was all kind of L's, man. They'd be I remember one story. He was like, yeah, we gonna go get. I ain't gonna say any names, but they'd be like, yeah, just wait. We're gonna go get his manager, and just wait out here in the front, bro. I waited till like 2:00 in the morning, dude, and like.
We right in the front. We be back. We be right back. We're going to get this man.
Yeah, man. Come to find out, the artist and the whole squad had left like an hour or two ago. Yeah, I'm just out there waiting for nothing, man. So, but that kind of stuff right there motivated me.
That's all right. Absolutely.
It motivated.
And the funny part, without you dropping a name, I would put money, if I was a gambler, man, I would put money on the fact that artist probably is not even still hot.
Exactly.
That manager.
You hit it right on the head.
Because people don't understand the importance of these relationships, man. People don't understand. Because that person you pass over today, Denzel Washington was talking about that along with DJ Bebe. Shout out to both of them. Yeah. Like the relationship's more valuable than money. That person you pass over today or you look down upon because of their position today, tomorrow is that person that could put you into position, but they're going to remember how you treated them when you thought you were on top of the world and they were at the bottom of the totem pole.
Right.
So how often do you see relationships play out in your favor or just similar to that?
To be honest with you, man, I really didn't start understanding how important and how key the relationships were, period, until I moved to Los Angeles, California. And that was back in 2013 when I just, stepped out, left my 9-to-5 job at Bank of America corporate office and just stepped out on faith and went to Los Angeles.
Oh, time out, man. Time out. That ain't just something we all just do. It ain't something you just slide past. Because that's, you say, what? You said a corporate job at Bank of America.
Yeah, bro.
See, a lot of people I'm going to drop out of high school and try and thug this thing out to either rapping, the music, or the ball. One of them worked. But you don't hear about a brother getting a scholarship off football to college, playing there, getting offered NFL by the Bengals, had it right there, and turned that down for music. Then, I'm guessing graduate college to get a corporate job, what you got your degree for, which is what, they train us to do in society.
I end up not getting my degree, bro.
But you got the corporate job, see?
I still got the corporate job, yeah.
So you got this corporate job, which is what people go to college for.
Right.
And you're in a position, I'm guessing you make pretty good money.
Yeah.
So it wasn't because they weren't paying you enough. What
It wasn't
why
enough,
in the
man.
world?
It just wasn't.
Explain that.
A lot of people can attest to this, bro. Like, I mean, shout out to to the corporate job. Shout out to the
Absolutely.
everything. Much respect. But for me, it wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I was there. I was doing good. I worked my way up in the company. Took pride in it and everything. Made a lot of great friends and relationships and friendships.
Right.
Along the way. But it just wasn't enough for me, man. Like, I just felt like I needed more. I still wasn't satisfied because I really wasn't tapping into my true gift, my true purpose of what I was put here to do, I felt like.
And how did you know that? Because so many people don't understand when it's that time to break away so they can get to their breakthrough.
Honestly,
How did you know?
Man, I feel like that's a point. That's a place where each individual really gotta, evaluate. Because I was at a place in my life. I was in my mid-20s at the time.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Like a little bit over 25, maybe
Yeah.
26, 27, and I'm like, look, I'm gonna be 30 soon. I ain't got no kids yet. I'm not married yet. What am I doing with myself, man? I had to check myself.
Yeah.
So like I said, I
You
was
get
doing
real with
good.
yourself first. A lot of people don't ask themselves that question. They just skate through their 20s.
Ignore it. Yeah.
And party and,
Yeah.
just go through the motions, look like they're successful, but not truly doing what they're passionate about
Right.
or called to do.
And not being true to themselves. So that's
Facts.
the thing. I had to really be true to myself. That's when I'm like, okay, I got to be true to me. I got to be true to what I really feel like the greatest asset I have or I am that I can bring, out of me. And for me, I feel like music was like something I could touch the entire world with.
Yeah.
You know
Very
what I'm saying?
true. Very
So
true.
I had to find my way to make that happen. So I would start maybe I say like 2010, 2009, 2010. I started traveling. Like I was doing beat battles and stuff, right?
Okay,
Like these
yeah. I've
different
seen
beat
those.
battles, producers. Yeah, shout out to all the producer homies and the producer community for the beat battles. So it's a lot of great looks with that. But
So that is a lot of the right attention. So you would recommend that for
Oh, yeah.
up and coming, inspiring beat makers,
Yeah.
producers.
yeah, they need to go to the battles, man. All the beat battles, man. Like once this whole Corona thing is over, man, they start back. Yeah, I would encourage them to do that and just really
Absolutely.
network. Yeah,
Bring one here to Geek Leaks. We got the space, 50,000 square feet.
for sure. So, man, from there, man, I just started like really, putting vacation time in and traveling, bro. Like I
Okay,
started
so
going
it
out to
started
LA.
gradually it started.
Yeah, I would go out to LA, take like a weekend trip out, or I may take out 2 or 3 days.
Gotcha.
Go to Atlanta, and I would, I met a guy named iRock. Shout out to my dude.
I feel like I
iRock,
heard
man.
that name.
Yeah, he's like an OG in the game, man. Real good friend of mine, big brother type situation. He's from LA, but he lives here in Dallas, and
Dope.
man, he
Cool.
has some buddies in the industry, so he connected me with some guys to take some meetings. Couldn't make me any promises,
Right. Of course not.
right?
But this is all happening while you still have your corporate Bank of America job.
Oh yeah, I was wise about it. You know what I'm saying? I had to pray about
and-
it. You know what I'm saying? I had to really
that's-
try to figure it out.
So a lot of people miss that point because, and by no means are we saying you got this great job, great career rather is what it really is, career path, especially in corporate America. By no means are we saying go ahead and just hop out there, leave it all, no game plan, no strategy. Though some people have done it and succeeded, but that struggle is a whole lot harder
Man.
when you just hop out there with no plan. So you're saying gradually over time, you were getting introduced to different people, getting opportunities, taking more vacation time, and then from there,
Yeah, you have to, and like you said, man, you got to definitely have a plan and a strategy. For me, that was my plan and my strategy was to go out there, take these meetings, network with these different executives, these different label companies and executives, and try to figure out, and just play my music. All I had was my beats on my laptop and my backpack. You know what I'm saying? That's all I had.
Oh, wow.
They was feeling me, man. They was feeling my music. They was like, man, we love this music, but what do you have? What songs do you already have? Do you have any records placed on any artists? That's
so they're looking for placement.
Yeah, they looking for. I didn't have a track record yet. I was fresh.
Oh, wow.
I was just fresh, raw, uncut talent. I had.
So even though they liked it, because you didn't have a track record with artists, like
with
actual
major
song
artists.
with major artists, this is what they want. So they don't even care if it's a little local somebody.
They don't, not for that, because so a lot of people don't even know I did Hit the Bobby B with MVR and Tony Montana. Shout out to the homie,
Bobby
man.
B.
Yeah, I'm a producer.
Hold on,
I made
man.
that
What's
beat,
up?
bro.
Oh,
Yeah, bro. So that's what I'm saying.
man.
For the coach.
You've been grinding.
I've been Triple D, bro.
Man. Shout out.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
That's crazy.
But none of that stuff, like when I moved out, or when I moved out there, when I went out there and flying out to meet with these major labels and stuff and these A&Rs, the only thing that's significant to them is like, have I got a record on like a Lil Wayne or a T.I. at the time? That was like, that's who was like real
big
hot.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, the big names. So I had to really like try to prove myself even more. So I just started linking up with a lot of the homies out there, the cats that was hungry and they was already living out there. And
you saying a lot of the homies, but you weren't from L.A., so where did those connections come from?
Yeah, well, you right. They the homies now, but at the time,
right.
they were not the homies. Let me back up. So at the time, they were just different people I met from just networking and going to the different, they had different
Like
music
the beat
events and
battle.
stuff. Yeah, they had
Okay, so just that music environment.
the mixtures. Yeah, they had different like mixers and DJ mixers, producer mixers.
Yeah, same people in that
labels.
network and show.
Yeah, so
Just
again,
community events.
yeah, I go back to my big bro iRock. Shout out to him because man, he's so instrumental, bro, in connecting me with people that he knew. These were his people that he knew, and they didn't know me at all. So he would link me with a few people here and there. And from there, I just
networking.
Yeah, and from there, I just kind of nourished it and allowed it to try to grow and try to connect with more people.
Yeah, because at that point you just had to be you and show them that you were ready. To show them your product. But if you weren't ready, the connection, that network is only so good as far as to connect you to get you in the door. Yeah. But what you know or what you can do once you get in is up to you and determines whether or not you stay in the door.
That's it right there. That's the longevity. Like your gift and your talent, how good you are is what's gonna sustain you once you're in the door. But the hardest part is getting in the door. That's
yes, sir. Part, and that's what we miss out on a lot of times. By not nourishing those relationships and following up with people, and like Steve Harvey said, your gift will bring you before great men. Well, he said that's his favorite verse from Bob. Your gift will bring you. Your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men and women. So that's essentially what you're doing. But you got to be connected to get there. So once
it's always gonna be somebody that I feel like God put iRock in my life. You know what I'm saying, to connect me.
He was definitely
connect the dots to where I needed to get to be successful or to even get an opportunity. So I always shout out to everybody, man. iRock, man.
And other people like that. I'm sure there's other people along the way as well, but to get that initial connection is so important. That MentorConnector, that's what he was for you, man.
Yeah.
So shout out to iRock, man. And was that your breakthrough moment? Like, was it one LA trip, or was it going back and forth a few times on vacation, or was it iRock putting you in the door? What was that breakthrough moment from where you went from Rickey Offord to Slikk Muzik, man? What was that moment, brother?
I always been Slikk Muzik, man. I always been Slikk Muzik before LA, But but nah, it's just, I mean,
that's real.
It took years, man. I would say from like 2010 all the way up to 2013, because I didn't leave my job until 2013.
Oh wow! But you had started already going back and forth to LA.
I had already been traveling back and forth, just really trying to
Feel it out.
Make something happen. But like it didn't happen overnight. I mean, like I didn't go out there and meet these guys.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they gonna put me, we working on some major artists. Nah, it didn't work like that. Some cats, they felt intimidated. Some people, they didn't want to, like, no new friends. You know what I'm saying? They got their clique. They ain't trying to do all that. So it just took time, bro, and it was all about timing.
But we talking like once a year, you going out there and trying to stay in for a few days?
Nah, we talking like every 2 to 3 months I'm going out.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and I'm staying for like maybe a day or two. I wasn't staying long, yeah.
But still, you were setting things up every time because you didn't want to waste your time or money traveling out there. So you were going out there with intention.
Absolutely.
And probably hit up the people you did know every time.
Yeah.
And make sure.
Yeah, cultivating and nourishing those relationships, man. Like, I can't express how important it is, the relationships, like we talked about. Because, and then I had to, at the end of 2012, going into 2013, I said, I will not be working on a 9 to 5. I would not be on my job this year. Like, I'm coming off my job this year. Yeah,
Wait, you spoke that?
I spoke it, bro. Yeah.
Man, talk about the power of positive thinking. Man. As man's thinking, so is he, all that.
Yes,
wow.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Law of attraction, you spoke that.
Yes, sir.
At the beginning of the year. And what happened?
By March, I put my, I'm sorry, let me go. By March, I went out. I want to say it was either February or March. I flew out, and this was like my last initial, I think, flight or visit out to California. And I met up with some homies, some guys that I had been working, just like kind of getting cool with, building with, and they go by the Rascals. And they go by the Rascals, Chris Riddick and Leon Thomas. So shout out to the Rascals, man. They actually were signed to Babyface.
Oh,
yeah, legendary Babyface, right? So it's crazy, bro.
Man, and we saw shout out Babyface and Teddy Riley, man.
Yeah, bro. So
boy, Babyface kind of took that one though, but they both legends and great.
Yeah, they are both legends and great, man. But I remember, I'll never forget it, man. Going out there, and it was only like a 3-day trip, and I went, and they asked me to come to the studio that time, to Babyface studio this time. And they just wanted to play some of my beats for, I guess, like another producer or songwriter that was there.
I'll show you.
And I didn't even know. I didn't even know Babyface was even gonna be there. I didn't know if he was gonna be there or not. I'm trying to keep my composure. I'm like, he's a legend, bro. And I don't get starstruck, right? So, I'm like, okay, let me go in here and I'm gonna represent. So I played some joints, man, and played some beats.
And it's with Babyface in the room.
No, he was not in the room.
Okay, cool. Okay, so at this point, you cool, calm, collected. You good? You in the Rascals?
Chilling. Yeah, because I didn't even know he was there. I didn't know.
Just in his, you in his studios and whatnot.
Yeah.
You good? You close.
Exactly. You got to remember, he got multiple studios in his studio.
Right.
So we in studio.
Nah, I can't remember that. I can't remember that. Slikk. I ain't privy to those. Rooms, those studios. I got you. I ain't on that level yet. We working on it, brother.
Yeah,
you got to
introduce
me. Yeah. Make the connection, man.
I got you. But yeah, so he got like 5 or 6 different studios within his studio. We're in Studio B. And we in there just, we got the speakers up. We just jamming, bro. I'm playing beats. We having a good time, And all of a sudden, bro, he walks in, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Just casually strolls in.
Casually, he cool.
What's going on over here?
He's so smooth with it, bro. He walk in, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh, okay. And you call him Kenny. You address him as Kenny.
Yeah.
If you know him personally.
Kenny Babyface, yeah.
Yeah. So the people that know I'm talking about, his name is Kenny if you know him personally. So Kenny comes in, he grabs a guitar. Because he has guitars everywhere, so he grabs one of his guitars.
He one of them real producers like yourself.
Oh, yeah. Then. Yeah, it's the real deal. Yeah, he grabs one of his guitars.
Babyface, all right.
And he walks out, and he doesn't say anything. So we just carry on. And we go on, and I end up coming back to Dallas.
You weren't a little nervous at that point? You didn't say anything?
I wasn't nervous. It was kind of surreal, bro. I couldn't believe it. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah.
But, so anyway, it went well, bro, and I never heard anything else that trip. And I got back to Dallas, and the next day after I got back home, bro, I was at work, and I got a call, man, from one of the guys, the Rascals, and he was like, "Yo, Babyface loved your tracks. He loved your music.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. So he was like,
At work?
Huh? While I was at work.
You at work, like, on the computer, at the desk? Like,
I was at, bro, I was at
what? So what you say?
I was at my cubicle, dog. I had to go to the restroom. I'm like, hold on.
Nah, man.
Yeah, so from there, it's like Babyface wanted me to flip this track, Real Love. You know, Mary J. Blige had an old song,
yeah.
Real Love, off the 411 album, right? So Babyface wanted me to flip it, but he didn't tell me who for or anything. So I just went home that night and I flipped that joint, man. I remember I was sick.
That night.
Oh, yeah, you got to be on it, bruh. Yeah.
See, that's what I quote him quite often. Charlemagne said you got to be ready to take advantage of the lifetime of an opportunity within the lifetime of that opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
And so that night, you ain't wasting. You just like, Babyface, he want what? All right, done.
Yeah, he wants something from me. I got to get on it. So, I mean, I wasn't even feeling the best. I remember I, had, a little cold or whatever.
Wait, so you sick on top of that?
Under the weather, yeah.
Boy.
And, so, I knocked that record out. That track probably, it took me to, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to make sure it was right.
Oh, yeah.
So, I sent it in, bro, and the next day I went to work again, and they hit me back, and they loved it. So,
woo.
Yeah.
So and that was all in March time frame?
That was in the March time frame. So from there, 2 weeks go by. I'm still at work, and then I get an unexpected call from them, and that's when they told me that Ariana Grande had recorded vocals to this track, and I'm like,
wait. Did you even know who Ariana Grande was at that time?
I'll be completely honest with you. I did not know who Ariana Grande was in 2013.
Man, won't he do it? What? That is insane.
Yeah. So,
that's insane. So you just took full advantage of the opportunity, not knowing what was going on. Man,
I didn't ask no questions, bro. I was ready. I didn't ask no questions. I did what I had to do to represent me, and I knew it was Babyface, and I knew
it doesn't matter who,
opportunity was there. I'm like, I just got to make sure I do what I'm supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
You know, and everything else will make sense. Yeah.
And that had been all that preparation up until that point.
Yeah.
To get you ready for that moment, your moment, to say, you know, when Will Smith say, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Have to get ready. From there, bro, that's when things really, I ran into a crossroads. So Ariana Grande is now, on a record that I produced. So now, Babyface is like, okay, we would like to have you out here working.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, okay.
But so you got this great paying job, though.
Yeah, I got this
corporate
great paying
America.
job. I'm like, am I gonna, can y'all offer me a record contract or a publishing deal in advance? Or some type of advance right now. Well, no, we can't do that because we don't. It's no guarantee on anything.
Right.
Like in the music business, it's just you got to put it out and see what happens. So
man, that's a lot of faith, man.
Yeah, bro, all faith. So I had to make a decision, bro. And it's like, if you come out here, you got a home studio to work. So I'm like, okay, do I stay on this corporate job?
Paying well. Mama probably proud.
Yeah, I got benefits.
Yeah, everything. That's what our parents' generation loves to tell us. You need a good job with benefits,
right?
Some securities,
some security,
social security.
Exactly. Or do I go completely
taking this risk over here?
Drop everything and move 1,300 miles away. I had never been in California. I up until going out there to visit and stuff. I had never
lived out there.
No family, no nothing out there, bro. I did cold turkey. So, man, I prayed on it, dog. I say maybe 2 weeks, and of course my family didn't want me to leave. Moms didn't want me to go.
No.
My sister, she didn't want me to leave. And but I just had to. I felt it deep down in my heart, bro, and I felt like, what I'm saying, I had to follow this opportunity. I had to follow my dream. I have never had an opportunity this great.
Yeah, and I'm didn't know if you would ever get that opportunity.
Get it, yeah, because those don't come every day.
Yes, sir.
So I was like, man, I gotta go ahead and I gotta do this. So man, I put my 2 week notice in. It's crazy because I talked to my boss at the time, man. Shout out to Miss Pam, and I talked to her, my supervisor at the bank, and she even my coworkers, they was like, they supported me, bro.
Yeah,
They supported me because they even saw it.
you
That's
hear
when-
somebody say Babyface said, "Come
Yeah,
on." I would support you too, and don't forget about your boy.
Yeah. So they told me, man, if anything ever happened, to where it didn't work out, I could come back and get a position, back at the company because I was such a good, employee there. So that gave me,
that helps a lot.
Yeah, it helped me a lot to step out on faith, and it gave me the courage to go ahead and make that move.
And that's another important lesson, y'all. Don't burn bridges. Do not burn bridges. Just because you step out on faith don't mean you have to burn a bridge in the process. You never know if one day you might have to cross back over that bridge. You want it to still be there.
Yeah. So I put my 2 week in, man, and I end up
Going out there.
End up moving out there, man. I actually, took everything.
And you made magic happen.
Made magic happen, bro. It wasn't easy though. Them first couple months out there, it was crazy. It was
you
crazy.
questioning?
What's up?
Had you questioning whether or not you were supposed to be.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Even though I got a record on Ariana Grande, one of the biggest pop stars in the world.
Yeah.
The record hadn't came out yet. The record wasn't due to come out until September.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, the record wasn't due to come out until September. So, I had to wait. I just had my savings, whatever little money I stashed up from my job. You keep in mind, I'm living in Los Angeles, California, where cost of living is way more expensive. Gas was like $5, a gallon on regular unleaded. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just a different world out there, man. And
yeah, that's why you ain't gonna catch me out there.
And I hit the ground running, bro. When I went out there, I hit the ground running, man. I was at the studio more than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You went out there for that sole purpose.
Yeah. And shout out to Sean, man. I don't want to leave my boy Sean Miller. Shout out to my dude Sean Miller, man. He didn't even know me like that. He was a good friend of my buddy I-Rock, and he was just a big fan of my music. And I was supposed to have been working with him on some music for his project. So keep in mind, when I was going to move out there, I didn't have anywhere to live because I didn't know anybody.
That's what I was thinking too, and it's expensive to live.
It's expensive. Yeah, I can't get no apartment. I couldn't afford to get a whole apartment, and try to.
Note.
Yeah, exactly. So the dude literally opened his home up to me, man. He didn't have to, and he said, man, you know what? I won't even charge you, bro. Just make music for me, man. Make music because he's an artist. He's an artist as well.
Oh yeah, true. So it was literally like him. He was. You weren't charging him necessarily, but he was paying you.
Yeah,
it was what do they call
production.
that? Not negotiation, but that
barter.
barter. There we go, the barter system.
Yeah,
that's
so
a beautiful system, man.
Yeah, it is. So we exchanging, what we both needed. So we both had something that we needed at the time, and so shout out to my dude Sean Miller, man. Yeah, so.
Sean Miller, shout out. There are good people out there like him, man, and I'm sure you'll never forget that either.
I'll never, man. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? Like
that karma, man.
Yeah, something. So it's just like everything had to line up. Everything literally aligned itself for me to make that move, and that's how I know I'm supposed to been doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't pay attention to when things are lining up. Like when it's your time and your turn, you gotta take that leap of faith.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're always gonna regret it, and you always be thinking about, man, I wonder what would have happened if I had just leaped. If I jumped out there, I should just jump.
I ain't want to be that guy, man. I ain't want to, I want to take that chance, bro. And I wanted to. I said, if I fail, at least I can be, I can be a man to say I tried. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I tried. I didn't not try. So I just wanted to make a difference, bro. And look at me now. Never turned.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, and now you know what happened. It wasn't what coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Right.
Like now you are living proof of that risk, that leap of faith is worthwhile, definitely. Because because you talking 2 Grammy, 2 Golden Globe Awards. Man, what was the journey to that? Where did that come from? So was Ariana Grande, was she your first, I'm guessing, platinum? Because when she came out, she blew up right off the bat.
Oh, yeah, it went number one.
Number one, right? So
across the world.
that opened some doors that just beforehand you wouldn't even thought about.
Yeah, so at that point it went number one across the world, Billboard, platinum, double platinum. I mean, it's just shot to the roof. So I mean, at that point I'm getting calls. I end up getting my first publishing deal. You know what I'm saying? I end up working with running the Max Goose. Shout out to my dude Max Goose, and he introduced me to Rodney Jerkins, Dark Child, who is my music mentor now. So I ended up landing a publishing deal with Rodney Darkchild Jerkins, man. So so
we all need mentors.
From there, it's just like everything was like a snowball effect. Start landing a lot of different placements, working with Chris Brown.
Wait. So you were making music with Chris Brown right after Ariana?
I say probably about a year, a little bit after a year, yeah. Because everything was like, I mean, I was living in L.A. now, too. I was living in Hollywood, so I'm there. You know, I'm in the environment. So I can pull up. Yeah, like, you know, one of my guys be like, hey, bro, Chris going to be in the studio tonight, you know, at 8 o'clock, pull up. And I'm like 20 minutes from the studio, you know, because I'm in the environment now. So, man, you know, when I got my deal and I was able to start seeing some money, like it kind of helped. You know, I got my own apartment. I had some cushion, and you know, wish I had a financial advisor. You know, but I would have been smarter about a lot of that stuff. You know, but
sound like a pro athlete now.
Yeah, man, that money is easy. It's easy to blow, man. Hard to say, hard to make. But
I'll let you know when I get there. You know, we working on it. We coming. I'll let you know how I do.
No, it's all good. Yeah. But from there, man, so pretty much, I mean, 2015 came. You know, I'm out there, 2 years now, you know, and I'm still doing my thing. Everything just really climbing up the ladder for me.
Yeah,
you know?
I would say, but you got a platinum number one.
Yeah, I got number
platinum
ones,
album.
man. Yeah, I got multiple number ones at this point. I've gotten a couple platinum plaques with different artists, and even with Tank and Jamie Foxx and
shout out.
Man, shout out to the homies, man. And at that point, bro, it's like man, everything was going great. I mean, it was awesome.
It was literally like I've arrived. I've been working toward this my whole life, literally.
Yeah.
And then now I'm seeing the fruits of the labor.
Yeah.
It's like I'm still working and grinding, but I'm seeing it pay off a whole lot quicker than it was.
Yeah.
Stepping out on faith was well worth it. Everything's going right. I'm able to probably take care of my mom the way I want to and siblings.
Yeah. Sending
and
money.
Everything.
Flying them out.
Wow.
Flying them out. Everything. Like, we kicking it at the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was great. But then, bro, it's like the craziest thing. Like, I mean, everything just turned. I mean, like, just like that, bro. I mean, I don't know. I woke up one day and my body was aching, and I'm like, what's going on with me? You know, I just like start feeling a bunch of pain and just random unnecessary pain in my stomach area, bro. And I end up going to the doctor, and he's like, okay, you got gallstones, suffering from gallstones and exhaustion. Just I was exhausted. I exhausted my body. I was only 29, 30 years old, bro.
So you was going too hard.
I was going too hard. Like, I wasn't sleeping. Like, I was like, every night I'm like at the studio, like, I was just trying to be great, bro. I was like, every night.
You're chasing that greatness, that dream.
Yeah.
As you're realizing, as you're getting the number ones, the platinum plaque.
I'm riding the wave.
Yeah, it's just like I gotta get it while I'm here.
While it's hot. And and it's just like I was going too hard. And I thought I was like, I'm young, I'm good, I can work my body like a machine. I sleep when I die. You feel me? Like that kind of mentality.
Yeah. Oh, and, we see that in a lot of our youth who mentor, and especially a lot of gamers, man. They stay up all kind of hours playing the games, man, not take care of your health, man. This is extremely important because you want to be able to do this long term, not just have a short burst, flash in the pan, as they say, and then die out.
So 2016 comes around, and I'm like, okay, so, we set up a little day surgery because I'm supposed to get my gallbladder removed from that. So
right.
You have to have a little day procedure. It's nothing major, nothing life threatening. But I go in and bro, I mean, one out of every 500,000, 500,000 or something goes wrong, and I'm nervous, right? I'm like, okay, I know it ain't gonna happen to me.
But yeah, I bet
You know what I'm saying?
statistically speaking, they ain't, man.
Right.
And
All
something
the
going
people-
wrong ain't a big deal either.
Yeah, you feel me? So like all the people in the world, like nothing. I'm gonna go in and go. So I'm in. I come home. I'm at my mom's. I go in. I have the surgery here in Dallas.
So you're in Dallas, okay?
Yeah, I'm here in Dallas, and I have the surgery. And bro, I'm supposed to be in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and going back to LA because I had to do more work with Chris Brown and Amarion and some other people, man. On some
Dang.
stuff with the homies A1 and Lyrica. So
That's
shout out
just
to
crazy.
A1 and Lyrica Anderson too, man.
Shout out to both of them. That's just
Yeah.
crazy to even be thinking like, okay, I got to take care of these gallbladders real quick.
Yeah.
Stones out. We be back to business. You know,
Yeah, man.
Chris and Amarion,
Yeah.
I got to call them, see what's up.
Because my whole mindset at this point is like, I got to outwork everybody. I'm on a mission. You know, I'm not even focused on my health. I'm not even focused on my own self. I'm like, I'm putting my own self on the back burner for my grind.
Yeah, which
crazy.
we do that pretty often when we get to that level.
Yeah. So surgery went bad, bro. You know, the surgery went wrong. I straight up complications, and some was supposed to be simple routine, and turned into
nightmare.
me end up dying, bro, in a matter of hours. Like I was now on my deathbed, on a ventilator, couldn't breathe, and
So you actually died.
I mean, not yet. I got the that day of the surgery, I was dying by that morning. Like I had to suffer through that whole night, just fighting for my life, man. And I'm on a ventilator, I'm on a breathing machine, and I still couldn't breathe, bro. And I'm kind of find like my lungs collapsed and all kind of organs. And everything.
wow.
I mean, just went wrong. It was like the most freak accident you could possibly think of, man. And I saw my life flash before my eyes. I was only 30 years old, bro. And by that morning, I remember they put me under. They put me into a coma. And from that point, man, I went on to, I was out. And I ended up flatlining. It was actually more than 3 times, man. I actually flatlined a total of 5 times.
Woo.
Yeah, cardiac arrest. Yeah, so we got the records back, the hospital records back. And actually
you were
ended up
dead,
a total of 5. Huh?
You were dead. You were dead.
I was dead, bro. I was a dead man. And
5
it was just
times.
5 different times. It was crazy because my mom and my sister said the times. They remember the doctors were working on me trying to get a pulse. And I mean, bro, I was out of there like the longest time I think was, like 3.5 minutes or so.
Man.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be brain dead after a certain.
Yeah, it's like after 3 minutes or something, like you out of there or something crazy. So
That's crazy. So what were doctors telling your mom and sister?
Well, that's what they were saying. They said I was probably gonna be like a vegetable state.
Wow.
Lost too much oxygen to the brain, too many times. Because it was multiple times. It didn't happen just once. Too many times it was happening. So as going into cardiac arrest, it puts a lot on the body. So each time I would have one, I would come back a lot weaker. My heart rate was weaker, and they said that I had like no chance of survival. But my mom, man, shout out to my mom and my fam, my sister, even my dad, my stepmom, family, friends, everybody that prayed for me, man, and really came and showed love. Shout out to my mentor, Montel Jordan, too. He flew out from Atlanta.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And prayed with my family and over me.
Wow.
And,
so you would say it's definitely the power of prayer that saved your life, literally.
Yeah, the power of prayer, bro, and love of family and friends, people that truly care about you. You can feel. I felt all that, man. I felt all of it because I was out of there, bro. Like I straight out of body experience, bro. Like
yeah,
I remember it too, and I'm actually working on a book.
Yeah, I was about to say I would want you to spoil it on my podcast, of course. But
yeah,
I know you sent a book in the documentary and you shared it with me, man. It's completely powerful and life changing for anybody who hears the out of body after life while still in this life experience that you had. It's mind blowing, man, and you have to know the type of brother. That's why I want them to hear your story first and background, because you have to know the type of brother you are. Good, trustworthy, genuine brother, humble. Like you're not saying this, I'm sure, to brag and get your clout up. Like you still you getting your coins regardless, but you sharing this so hopefully other people can realize how serious this afterlife is, and the decisions in this life impacting that next stage. So,
Absolutely.
man, I can't wait for other people to hear and see. When are the book and the documentary coming? By the way,
Well, shoot, man, we're gonna be planning to release that real soon here. Definitely this year. Everything that's going on right now took kind of threw a curveball and the whole release and strategy of everything. Because I'm also working on, and I probably this is the first time I'm actually announcing this publicly.
Right here on the MentorConnector podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Exclusive, yeah.
Exclusive.
Yes, an exclusive, bro. I'm actually finishing up a stage play. We're going to be coming out with a stage play called 33 Days, and it will be specifically about my in-hospital experience, out-of-body, supernatural, miraculous, like.
Hey man, I seen you out there acting with my boy Pierre, P Greatness. Shout out. Go ahead, y'all don't forget about your boy though. I know Fred Hammond recruited y'all for that.
Yeah,
so, don't leave me out of it.
Definitely gonna try to get Uncle Fred involved too. And honestly, man, I'm not even gonna be in it myself. I'm gonna have someone else reenacting me, man, and the family. But I'm gonna open up auditions to my city, to Dallas. We'll also have auditions open in Atlanta because I'm working with. The playwright that's helping me produce it, his name is Donald Gray, and he's responsible for a lot of major plays, stage plays.
Cool, man. I just need a part, man. That's it, man. I could be your cousin Ray.
For sure. But I'm gonna put all that information out there, man. We're gonna probably wrap that up, and it's definitely within the next few months. We'll start those auditions, and I'll make sure I put it out on my social media and everywhere. I'll let you know so you can blast it out as well.
Definitely. I sure will, man. We'll probably bring you back to talk about it too, man, because you got so much going on that I know you can't talk about right now. We talked off the record, people, but just know, stay tuned to Slikk Music because he got so much dropping, so much on the way that once y'all find out, you're gonna want to be first in line at least, or first to buy, because man, this brother here is, when he says he's working, he's for real. That's why I could understand him having some health issues like that, because I can only imagine what your work ethic looks like to get to where you are, man. And
it's crazy, man.
So I'm glad the Lord brought you back, man. Prayers and love from your family brought you back, because I sure want people to keep hearing your story, and it's such a powerful testimony you have, man. And thank you for sharing it with us. And I know there are a lot of other things you could talk about. But what else do you want to share with the people so can let them know what all you got coming up, what all you working on? I mean, because I'm still stuck on the fact that your first two out the gate, once you got your breakthrough, you hitting a Ariana Grande and a Chris Brown shortly thereafter, and then you name some other people like Tank and Jamie Foxx. Man, Tank new album, it gave him a whole new career. I feel like, man.
Yeah.
And I think you were responsible for that, because it gave him a whole new sound, brought him back in a different way.
Yeah. And if it's okay, if I could just say this too, man, before I touch on that, just kind of to encourage like a lot of the young people, man, like beating the eyes.
Please.
Yeah, like beating the eyes and really just kind of having everything seem like everything coming down on you and seem like you ain't got no way out.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I was in the hospital, bro. Like when I was going through that, bro, and I was in a coma, man, I was fighting, bro. And when I came out, like God brought me out that coma 33 days, you know what I'm saying? 33-day coma. So on that 33rd day when I woke up, man,
33 days.
33 days, bro. I had lost everything, bro. I had lost like all bodily functions. I had lost all my money. Everything that I made, like it had been exhausted. All my funds had been exhausted. My savings had been exhausted on helping me and my family, which I would never. That's exactly what it's supposed to be for. I still had my family. Shout out to my family because they were still paying my bills. I still had bills that were due. The people, they didn't care that I was in the hospital.
Don't stop. Nope.
Yeah. So I mean, I appreciate them so much, but I'm saying that I lost everything and I had to start from ground zero. And it's like God blessed me, man, with double. Now, after that, going into 2017 on up to now, man, it's like double. I ended up going to win 2 Grammys.
Yeah,
and
literally
Billboard
double
Award,
blessed.
a Golden Globe Award, so many different things, and it's replaced in double, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, and the powerful part of that is, I think, exception powerful because you won those Grammys with your gospel records. I know you make both. I know you make all types of music for all
genres,
types of audience. You won those Grammys with Tori Kelly, man. Well, that in and of itself is a statement of the power of the gospel and just what God did for you, because that's
bro.
I feel like there's nothing but Him.
Yeah, nothing but God,
So
bro. When
further
people always
confirmation.
people always ask me, man, like, how do I feel about it? How did that people be like, how did you go from being a dead man to being miraculously healed? Like, how did your like
Grammy
my lungs
Award winner.
collapse?
Yeah.
Like, how did my organs like did I get any transplants? Like, nah, the same organs in my body that was there when I was dying and on my deathbed are the same organs I have right now. So
Man.
no kind of transplant, nothing, bro. It's like supernatural, miraculous,
And
like
you're
healing, bro.
not brain dead. Matter of fact,
bro.
the
Sharper.
same brain is the brain that helped you to get a Grammy.
Yeah, it came back sharper, bro.
And that's it, literally just like the Lord stripped you of it all, including your finances, let you
My
hit
life.
rock bottom, and your life literally. So it's like you say you're supposed to die daily to Him and His will, but you literally died to everything that you knew, even though it was already taking you that trajectory was already going up to the next level. He still had to break you down and strip you completely one more time to bring you back, rebuild you to even bigger and better things, man.
Yeah, because now it's about Him. Before, I'm not saying it wasn't about Him before, but I kind of felt like I got beside myself. Living in Hollywood.
True. I can imagine.
You can get caught up real quick. And nothing wrong with Hollywood. Nothing wrong with working in the music business, as long as the music business doesn't have you.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So
and that's a powerful lesson. So it is possible to succeed and be a believer in the music industry or in Hollywood and still maintain your value, your morals, your belief system.
Absolutely. It's all about it's all up to you, man. It's ways to do everything. You ain't got to sell out to it. A lot of people always ask me, "Oh man, did you ever get approached by, the Illuminati, or did you sell out and this and that?" And I'm like,
yeah, look.
Man, I ain't had to do all that, man. It's like, so I feel like everything happened for me in 2016. It definitely gave me a pivot, like a powerful pivot in my life.
Yeah.
And just changed everything, the whole entire direction of where I'm headed now, bro.
Yeah, because
thankful.
Nobody can question who's behind that pivot.
Nah.
So, and you forever have a powerful testimony, man. And so I can't wait to watch the new and improved documentary and read the book, man. I'm sure there's gonna be some albums coming through with it, man.
Oh, yeah.
Some other big things, man. Some more work with Tori Kelly, I'm sure, probably on the way. Some I seen you work with David and Tamla Mann as well on their albums and what. Well, who else we got going, man? Who else we working with, man? Because I know it don't stop for you.
Yeah, man. Shoot, even right now, man, I'm actually back in. Shout out to Mama Tam, man, back in with her on her solo project, on her new solo project right now.
Coming through. She's about to get another gospel album out here. What's up?
Yeah, man. She got some new heat on the way. We've been in the lab working on. Man, I've even been in the lab with Janet Jackson, man. Got some new stuff coming with Janet Jackson.
Wait, like Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Like that, let that Janet. Oh snap!
Yeah.
See, that's that balance. That's that balance.
You crazy, man. Jason Derulo.
Man, he got a lot of hip hop records too, man.
Yeah, bro.
Man, some legends out here.
Back in with Chris Brown, and
man,
I got my own acts coming up, man. My own artists that I'm working on.
So you working with all these legends already, and then building up your own label company. Wow.
Yeah, man. I actually got two artists, two different artists that I'm working with. The first one I'm working with that we partnered up. Their name's Ariel and Emmy, and phenomenal gospel girl group, bro. I'm talking about like the modern day, like I would say like a Mary is what they remind me of, bro. Phenomenal.
And that's a powerful group. That's a powerful comparison.
Yeah, phenomenal girls, man. They sung in the group. in a group with their mom called the Fam that was very notable in the gospel business, and they now branched out.
So it did background with a lot of like big names.
Yeah, like everybody, bro. A lot of everybody in the gospel scene. So they already well known, and we just partnered up, man. And they branching out now. In addition to their family group, branching out now to just do a project with themselves, debut. So I'm producing that for them, man. And
so that would that fall under like your LLC, like Slikk?
Yeah, under Slikk Music LLC. Yeah, we partnered with them, and yeah, bro, we're gonna be putting out some crazy stuff here. Like their first single gonna be dropping on the 15th of this month. So
nice, wow, yeah. Dropping like that, all right.
Yeah.
Well, this will probably be around that same time. I'm gonna show the people this, and you're gonna be shouting it out, man.
for real. So
May is a great month. You know, my birthday's the 23rd, so that's a week before my birthday. So we gonna have to cop the new single.
For sure.
Put that out there, man. And you had pop R&B artists too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, shout out to my dude Tristan, man. Man, Tristan he's a special cat, man. He actually was an American Idol kid.
Oh, wow.
He was on American Idol when he was a teenager, when he was 15.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's dope, man. His mom was actually.
He hasn't stopped.
Huh?
He hasn't stopped. He hasn't quit. He
hadn't quit. Yeah, his mom was even on the first season with Kelly Clarkson. She was the runner-up on that first season with Kelly Clarkson, man. So it's kind of in his family, man. I ended up meeting him through Fred Hammond. Shout out to Uncle Fred.
Fred. The connections, man.
Yeah,
you got Fred, you got Kirk, all these heavyweights around here that live in DFW.
Yeah, man, it's a blessing, bro. So I mean, you know, I saw him, man, and he's a special kid, man. So, you know, I'm just saying like the John B of today is what I can see him being. So, yeah, we about to come with some crazy records. His first single will be dropping in the next 3 months.
Man, if he's John B all over again and got consistent, boy, he can go crazy. Yeah. They think Bieber doing something.
Man, yeah, he's dope, man. He on his way.
Man, so you just got a lot going on, man, and a lot of big future plans, man. I'm proud of you, brother, and appreciate you continue to set the example out here for so many, and taking the time to share with us, and especially our young audience out there, how you got to where you are, man, and literally giving us some of the how-to to get there, not just saying, you know, I mean, I prayed a lot and took a lot of faith and I grinded. It's like, nah, how did you do it? Like, what were the steps you took to get there? And so appreciate you sharing that, man, because I know it's going to help, and it's going to be a blessing to so many people. And I just can't wait to see your next level, man, because you've been through so much, and just to still stay positive, still stay believing, and to see your story not for the tragedy in it, but for the huge comeback that it set you up for, man, and giving glory to God, man. This
absolutely
you can't beat that, brother. And I guess the last thing I ask you about is what is it like to be on both sides, the making music. For those who think you can't do both, because I'm a believer of you got to be in both lanes. You can't just be in the church all the time. You can't just be out in the streets all the time. But what is that like for you? Because you can go make a record with Fred Hammond and Kirk Franklin, but then you could turn around and make one with Chris Brown and Ariana or whomever else out there, or Tanker or Jamie. You got plenty of names. Ty Dolla.
Right. Yeah, Ty Dolla, Trey Songz, all of them, man.
Yeah. That's my boy Trey, man. He actually saved my marriage, man. Shout out when I meet him. I'm gonna let him know my whole story.
Yeah, man.
But how is it like that, man? Because you still keep your faith, even though you get to be on both sides of the fence, so to speak.
For me, man, I had to really, because you know I took a lot of heat from it, man, when I first moved out to California, and you know, me and my family and my mom being a pastor, she took a lot of heat for it. You know what I'm saying? Because she supported me. She didn't support me at first. Because it's not she always supported me. It's not that she didn't support me. She just didn't want me to leave. You know what I'm saying? In unfamiliar territory, but she always supported me, man. We just took a lot of heat from that, and it really got to a place where I had to, you know what I'm saying, really look at it like everyone goes to a job every day, right? Mm-hmm. When I was working at Bank of America, nobody was saying anything.
True.
I mean, who knows what the CEOs
what
and
they're
the
doing,
bosses,
exactly what they
like,
believe.
exactly.
Good,
So
great point.
we work with people every day where we get our paycheck
Man,
from
that's powerful.
that that may not be believers, bro.
Yeah,
But at
and
the end
may
of the
not be
day,
using that money for the right thing.
exactly. So but you can't let that dictate your faith. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
can't allow what, like for me, I can't allow the music industry to dictate my personality, my faith, who I serve.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
a
good,
Christian,
man. That's
bro.
good.
I'm a Christian and I'm a
Same.
believer straight up, and
Yes,
I'm
sir.
unapologetic about it. I ain't got nothing to hide about it. But at the same time, yeah, man, I'll go out here and I'll produce a record with Chris Brown because that's my job. Like I'm signed to a publishing deal. Like I have to work, bro. If I don't work, I don't eat. That's in the Bible, man.
And that's real. That's real.
And it's a way.
that's
It's a
bib-
way to do everything. Like I don't have to get with the lifestyle of doing what everybody else is doing just because I produce a song for them.
Right. True.
So I just have to remember that middle ground and that balance, and just don't allow the environment. I pick and choose where I want to produce. Like I'm at a point now, I'm established, so I can kind of have more say so.
You can say no to certain thing.
Yeah, like I ain't got to sell out to just get a record.
Right.
Place.
But you have to work to get to that point.
Exactly. Exactly.
And at that point, congratulations again on your acceptance into the Grammy Academy. The Academy, I didn't even know what that was all about, man. Congratulations!
Yeah, man.
I hear that's a big deal, man.
Thank you,
that's
man.
kind of big. What
Really
does that mean?
Man, it's so important to me, man, because the Grammy Academy, man. Shout out to the Grammy Academy. Shout out to Harvey Mason Jr. I think it's so important for the music creatives because now they're starting to get people that's in the academy that actually are creatives and actually understand the process of music, and now we're able to have more voice and have more influence on.
Hopefully more diversity, right?
Absolutely, way more diverse now, and it's able to reflect on all cultures now. It's not one lane; it's more diverse overall, and everything gets a better opportunity. Every genre gets a better opportunity now to really shine. Yeah, man.
And that's important because you're the right person put in position like that because you're always out here. I see you doing a lot in the community. I know national with the music, but even locally, I've seen the work you're putting in, and even with my brother who just interviewed Big A, shout out Anderson Big Agu, with that Freedom of African Music Magazine Awards. You were a music panelist there, man, and with some other heavy hitting African artists, along with like K104 Cat Daddy, shout out to him. But just when you're talking about being in position to get that, bring in that new talent, that new flavor, that new diversity, and what do you see because I see Afrobeats kind of getting pretty big out here. Well, you were part of that award show in the panel. What do you see the future of African influence in music and moving the culture forward? What do you think is happening?
Man, I think that's extremely important, bro. I feel like, especially with that being a part of our culture as well, like in the black culture, is so key that we, black Americans, African Americans, tap into that, man. I think it's for the music business, the music industry. People like Drake, even Chris. They've been on Afro beats.
One of the first times I heard about because of them.
Yes, dope. So even now you got pop artists such as Ed Sheeran and different ones kind of starting to tap into the Afro beats. And man, I mean it's a worldwide, it's international sound, bro. And everybody loves it. And I think it's cool because it allows the culture to shine, and it allows us to stay true to the sound of the culture and to not lose
our roots.
Not lose our roots, man. It's important.
Yeah.
We have to keep those, and so I think it's very important, man. And even just being on the panel was an honor because, I even learned so much, what I'm saying, just directly from the other people that were on the panel. And
same. Did you make any good connections with any
Yeah.
anyone there that
Yeah, man.
you
I'm
with?
actually supposed to be collaborating with a couple of them, man. So I'm really looking forward to that. So stay tuned on that, man.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, brother. Looking forward to it, man. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
some heavy hitters out there, man.
Yeah.
And you're one of them.
Appreciate you.
So, and I know you gotta get to this game time with Bebe, man.
Yeah.
So, how did that come about, man? What are you even a gamer like that, man? What happened?
First of all, bro, I ain't played, a PS4 in about 2 or 3 years. I ain't owned one in about 2 or 3 years. But to my defense, it's because I be so busy with my music, man. I'm always in the studio.
True.
But don't get it twisted. I used to be cold on them sticks. Yeah, so Baby, you better be ready, bruh.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Baby.
I think Geek Leaves said they want to set it up, man. So I was like, hey, I know somebody who would be good, and I think he knows him. And I saw Bebe make the video with you.
Yeah, that's
and some of the other Dallas producers. So I was like, okay, all right, I should have known y'all in the music industry. They kind of know everybody. Do you know most of those other Dallas producers that he highlighted in that video?
Yeah, I know a lot of them, man. We actually all kind of.
Is that close-knit community?
Yeah, we all actually kind of just, been in the same. I mean, we in the Dallas circle. We all have had music on the radio, on the Dallas radio, the Dallas Boogie movement.
Yeah, buddy.
06 to 09.
Yeah, because that's what he was highlighting. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so I thought it was cool how they brought all of us back because we all had music on the radio around the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, so we all kind of ran into each other, in passing a lot. And so, yeah, I thought that was real cool, bro.
Yeah, and Bebe is definitely one of those who is great about maintaining good relationships because you can tell he's always able to just pick up the phone and bring people in, man. Legends, and because he's a legend, he's a genuinely humble dude. When I met the brother here at Geekly's, I couldn't believe that he was as humble as he is. Because I'm like, man, you a legend, man. You've been out here since, before, hey, baby.
Yeah,
like,
before that, yeah.
And so to still be getting that respect, to still be hot, it definitely, there's some wisdom in that a lot of us could learn from. And so I'm looking forward to seeing y'all on the sticks, man. I'm going to be tuned in. Watching that.
Bro.
Be after this interview, man. And lastly, man, what are you doing with the youth in the community, man, right now that people can plug into, or what have you been doing? And if people want to get involved, or say I'm a parent and I want my kid to learn from you and what you're doing, how you got to where you are.
Man, I would say, man, for me now, it's all about giving back to them, man, and educating them and giving them the knowledge and understanding and cultivating their dream and helping them chase their dream. And so, I've been taking a lot of speaking engagements to a lot of the schools, a lot of elementary schools, a lot of middle schools, high schools, boys and girls clubs.
Yes, sir.
Even with you, mentorships with you, man, and other situations that I have going on. I'm even working on another, I guess you call it a documentary. Was with the homie Jay Nolan that you actually introduced me to.
Oh yeah, shout out
to Jay. Yeah, so even with that being a mentorship program to where it's just helping a lot of the youth that may be challenged in different areas, whether they from growing up in the rough areas or they problems
that
at
you
home,
can relate to.
I'm sorry, what you say?
That you can relate to.
Yeah, that I can relate to, man. Just different things that they're encountering in their life as kids that I've been through myself, and just really showing them, teaching them the different etiquettes, so just how to be a young man, a young lady, and how to carry yourself, character, and even because all of that ties in, man. Not just about being a great athlete, musician, producer, writer, rapper, singer. Man, all that stuff ties in the way you carry yourself. It's so
being
important.
A good person.
Yeah, man. So I'm working on that right now too, man. So for me, it's all about definitely just highlighting, all the things I've been through, and to where I can help the youth.
Bingo.
And inspire them.
Bingo. Well, we certainly appreciate you, brother, and I look forward to working with you more in that area as well, man. So this is definitely not the last time they're gonna hear what new things we got going on impacting youth and community, and certainly appreciate what you've already done, my brother. And you're always down when I give you a call, so I truly appreciate that as well, man.
No problem,
And
bro.
again, thank you for being on the show today, man. This has been a blessing to me, so I know it's gonna bless so many more people who once they get to hear this and just appreciate what you keep doing, the grind, the faith that you demonstrate, and the shamelessness. You definitely unashamed with your faith, and respect and appreciate that, and the humility, brother, for you to have done as much as you have accomplished and still be as humble as you are. We truly look up to that, man, and I pray that so many other youth out here learn from your example so that they do the same and when they're following in your footsteps. And again, man, how can people get in contact with you? What's the best way?
So you can follow me on social media. My Instagram is it's going to be at Slikk Muzik, SLIKK MUZIK. Again, that's SLIKK MUZIK. You can follow me on Twitter. It's the same thing, SLIKK MUZIK. And on Facebook, it's going to be Rickey Offord, RICKEY OFFORD, and Slikk Muzik. So you can't miss me, man. I'm the only one with that name, man. So you can't miss it.
Yes, indeed, brother. And you got a nice sizable following now too, man. I see you out there, man.
Appreciate you, man.
So y'all
gotta make some noise, man.
Absolutely, man. Y'all plug in with my brother, man. If you need him, he's definitely about his business, and he's also about giving back at the same time. Doesn't mean you can't do both, man. But you gotta eat, and so definitely, if you want to get in touch with him, reach out via social media mainly. Is there an email as well that they should reach out to, or they just go on Instagram?
You can go on Instagram and you should be able to get in touch with either DM me or you'll see my email in there somewhere.
Okay, so y'all, when he gets to a few million followers, you may not be able to get him the same way, but right now, that's the best way to get a hold of him, man. So again, brother, appreciate you coming on, man. This has been another great, man, powerful episode of the MentorConnector podcast on Geek Leaks Esports Masterclass with my very special guest, Rickey Slikk Muzik Offord, ladies and gentlemen. And I am King David Reeves, your host again. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Until next time, we definitely got to bring this brother back because he killing the game, man. And so can't wait to update y'all on his future ventures, man. We love y'all. We'll see y'all later. We're out.
Coming to you live from Geek Leaks Studios.